A Malaysian passenger plane crashed near a village controlled by pro-Russian separatists fighting the Kyiv government. Ukrainian officials blamed separatists. The Pentagon on Thursday said the plane had been downed by a missile. Analyst James Shapiro at the Brookings Institution in Washington says the United States and Europe are committed to sanctions to end the crisis.
And the critical element of the sanctions escalation ladder that the President and the various European leaders have laid out is that there are many, many steps up that ladder. Many of them are extremely damaging to the Russians. They're, of course, also somewhat damaging to the U.S. and to Europe, but more damaging to the Russians.
Washington and the European Union have slapped increasingly punitive sanctions on Russia for providing the separatists with weapons and for failing to de-escalate the situation there. Ukrainian Prime Minister Arseniy Yatsenyuk has welcomed the sanctions.
It is time to pay for breaking international law, the military support, military supplies from Russia to Ukraine, financing criminals who are killing peaceful people and who are trying to collapse Ukraine. Russia will pay for the war against Ukraine.
The latest round of sanctions has hit Russian firms that produce weapons, as well as Russia's financial and energy sectors. On Thursday, Ukraine's National Security and Defense Council spokesman, Andrei Lysenko, accused Russia of shooting down one of its fighter planes, also flying over eastern Ukraine.
The terrorists reinforce forces and equipment on our territory. Groups of servicemen wearing the uniforms of Russian armed forces without identification marks were reported among the terrorists. Such a group was noticed near the town of Izvorinya. The group has artillery weaponry and Grad multiple missile complexes.
Ukrainian rebels say their weapons all come from looted Ukrainian stockpiles. James Shapiro at Brookings says Europe and the United States have agreed on using sanctions to force an end to the crisis.
They are, in the main, decided to be united on this and to move forward in lockstep and to not betray to the Russians or anyone else that they can be divided on this issue. And that so far has been broadly successful.
In the meantime, the death toll in eastern Ukraine continues to rise. Sharon Behn, VOA News, Washington.